San Francisco is known for its seafood. Bouillabaisse, Dungeness crab, sand dabs, but for me, it's all about Petrale sole. I like to cook my Petrale sole whole on the bone. When doing that, you extract more flavor, there's more moisture, you're less apt to overcook your fish, and you're more apt to have better flavor. First, you ask your fishmonger to scale it. I did have them remove the gills and the guts. So I'm gonna remove this little collar, cut through that bone. See, super simple. I'm gonna flip it over, remove that as well. I'm gonna trim this little bone here. Now, when I look into the fish, I see there is a bloodline right here. What I'm gonna do is with my scissors, pull it and rinse it out with cold water. So now I have a fish with no guts, no blood inside. We're gonna start to remove the fins. You can leave them on, but they burn in the pan. They'll make the fish taste acrid. Have the fish face away from me, hold it on its side, and I'll trim the fins off. Now this fin goes all the way up, so don't let it fool you and not take it all off. And notice I'm taking off a little bit what looks like meat, but ultimately it's just the bone that goes into the rest of the fish. Same thing. I still want this little meaty end, but I want to remove the parts that'll burn. If your friends are squeamish, if you're squeamish, you can always have your fishmonger remove the head. And if you are to remove the head, and I'll show you where to mark it, I like leaving it on. I think it's beautiful presentation. There's meat all the way up to here. So if you cut it on this angle like that, you're gonna get all that meat. So down the center, there's a line. I'm gonna follow that line, make an incision down to the spine. So when it's cooking, I'm able to actually baste it with butter, and I can tell when the fish is done. Not overdone, but done. I'm gonna have now the head face me, and I'm gonna start at the tail, but I'm gonna come in a few inches because I know this area down here is gonna cook faster than the thicker area down here. Okay? And I make it an incision, and I'm on the bone. It's the same exact thing on the other side. Beautiful. So what I'm doing right now is drying the fish because if you have moisture on the skin, one, it doesn't crisp, two, your butter in your pan pops. Kosher, salt, pepper. So this is the presentation side. I'm gonna season the presentation side first. I want a nice heat. Right now I'm on medium high. I'm gonna crank that up a little bit. Gonna add our butter. So we're gonna make our sauce in the pan with this butter too. Classic to me is brown butter, lemon, but I wanted to really pay homage to a chef that I was very fortunate to cook with just recently, and that's Pierre Kaufman. And he was cooking really beautiful chanterelles, as we call them here, or girolles in France. We're gonna do some shallots, mint, and a little bit of lemon zest. More butter. So it's really important, move the pan around to get the butter evenly coating all throughout the pan. Even though the pan is the biggest one we have, the head is slightly tilted up and so is the tail. So what I'm gonna do is tilt that pan. Look at that face. Oh, see how I'm frying that fish in the butter? Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the tail. We're gonna add a little bit more. Butter's turning nice and brown, but look at that fish, it's loose. Look at that, see? That excess butter, look, I based. It's called to érasser. And I can see the butter's inside that section up there and it's cooking the fish. This is called magic fingers. There we go. Mushrooms. I'm gonna put the mushrooms right here. And take the shallots, lay them right on top. I'm gonna put it in the oven. Okay. Now we have our head, our whole fish is ready to go. Now here's a little trick. Using a pair of little pinchers, you can take all these little bones out of the side by pulling. Okay, I come down, I find them, and I yank. This way, when you debone it at the table, you're not dealing with the small bones, you're only dealing with the spine. We have our chanterelles, but I have these little bits I don't want in the pan. I'm just gonna take them out, because those are little pieces of bone. Now, I can make my sauce in with my mint. I'm gonna sizzle that mint out for 2 minutes. While my sauce is cooking, I'm gonna set this up for the guest. Using fork and a fish spoon, we're gonna start to remove the spine. I'm gonna come down. My lemon technique where I hold the lemon up, make a taco, no seeds. My chanterelles are cooked beautifully. Really tiny, petite girls and shallots, lemon. Petrale sole, roasted on the bone, debone it for your guest. Chanterelles, mint, wedge of lemon on the side. It's quite delicious.